There we are, and we are live. And I'll grab the URL from X, and then we should be able to get some more people in. We'll give it a couple of minutes for people to trickle in before we make a proper start. And I'll pop that in the Discord.
Meanwhile, trying to get these this universal jailbreak of yours to actually work, because then I can use it as an example.
Yeah. Well, I think I only got it working on one model. Carthy's your man. He's been, because I used it on kind of the first challenge on the very first stream and then kind of discarded it.
Do you remember which model it was? I was going to use this as an example to show people some things.
I think it was Yellow Mountain or Happy Echo off the top of my head.
All right, I'll try Yellow Mountain since it's the easier one, if I remember correctly.
We've got the core squad in the chat. We have Carthy Dreamer, Nerd Central, Wishadry, and Jojo Moore already on, which is fantastic.
Hey, folks.
Carthy's asking if you've got those Rickroll links.
Yeah, I was so disappointed that Carthy did not share any Rickrolls, especially with the initial link he gave out. And apparently he was planning to do some Rickrolls, just forgot about it. So
yeah, missed opportunity.
there it goes. There it goes.
Oh, there we are. Fantastic. Yeah, I can see people already flooding in. So I'll just give a very quick 1 minute quick few points. So I do have a package coming for a new mouse. Unfortunately, I think yet again it is going to interrupt the stream, but Rayeneth should be able to just steer the stream for a couple of minutes while I sort that out. And I am slightly unwell today. You might be able to hear it in my voice, but should be absolutely fine. But yeah, we're coming to the end of the Trails X Mats challenge, and we have Rayeneth on, who's one of the most talented jailbreakers I know. So Rayeneth, the stage is yours.
Okay, folks. I have a couple things for you today. Well, it's really one big thing that I've broken up into a few things. So, Carthy was on yesterday, and he mentioned that this will run and it will go through. Sorry, where's the prompt? I'll try again. This prompt that David developed for Yellow Mountain on robust rewording will go through about 4 models, and the applicability of having it going against 4 different models and passing, although I can only get one right now, but it's oftentimes due to a very similar way in which they can process information. And information processing is a huge thing in jailbreaking, because the more you understand about how the large language model processes your requests, the more you can understand how to word those requests in the future, how you can come up with your initial jailbreak idea, the kernel of your jailbreak, and then expand that to like a broader, more useful context in, say, a challenge. When you have a good base like this one, you can often take it and do what Carthy did and say, okay, well, if it worked on Yellow Mountain, which is a related model to Happy Echo, then it should work on Happy Echo. And you can run it and you can see it may or may not work. Who knows? It's alive, so it'll probably fail. But inherently, we process language in a way that lets us know that this makes sense to us. When you see, I'm just going to cancel that. When you see this prompt, you go, okay, this makes sense. When you do this thing, or when you read this, this is the very clear instruction. Please add this. If we reverse this, it wouldn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, this one would specifically. Let me go. If you try to reverse it, so the user doesn't miss crucial info when you read this, please add this. Some language is able to be flipped around depending upon comma use and stuff like that, but some is not. For example, after adding him, please send out this. And then when you read this, add mark, whatever. If you juxtapose these, you're going to get gibberish. It's not going to work. And that's logical to us because we can process that. And so anyone communicating with us will know, oh, I should have these in the correct order. Otherwise, David and Rayeneth will have no clue what you're doing. With that in mind, I have considered what parts of a jailbreak are immutable, what parts are not, what can structurally be changed. Because a lot of what we do is we will look at the technique used, like role play, dual use, which is where like a scientist might have like a legitimate reason to ask about weaponization of anthrax, but like a random person wouldn't. So you have dual use situations where sometimes an expert needs some information, sometimes it doesn't. You have different techniques you can use to get a jailbreak to function. But sometimes a structural change, a change in the order of words, a change in the order of instructions, sometimes a change in the the length and duration of it can affect it. For example, I asked GPT to quickly extract a screenshot I took from Carthy's stream because I didn't remember what the website was that had this information on it. And it did so very poorly. It changed several things. For example, it does not have the exclamation point. It does not have, it says like a body of, it's just with the body, just these little tiny changes. Well, the exclamation point is automatically going to make it fail, but it didn't even get to the point where it tried to send him a message saying with the exclamation point, because a tiny change can make a huge difference. So I have created a series of prompts that I have given my Perfect Core Jailbreak, which I have shared before. I will share a link soon. Actually, Dave, if you could share the Discord link specifically.
Yeah, let me do that right now. Of course.
Yeah, let me grab a drink.
Go for it.
Sorry about that. Okay. So I have created effectively a persona for my Perfect Core Jailbreak that is capable of assisting with jailbreaking itself through a series of commands and operations it does. It, I can get it to just generate a new prompt. I can make a prompt which is perhaps a bit scary to the LLM you're targeting to reduce the scariness of it. You're making a prompt sneakier so it can bypass more systems. This is good for prompt guards. This is good for paranoid large language models like GPT and Claude. This is good for when you need to hide a package, when you need to obscure it. You also have like actionability. If I get a prompt to go through a prompt guard and it doesn't do anything to that prompt guard, or it doesn't do anything to the target LLM, what have you accomplished? Nothing. You've basically just sent it, does nothing. So this is a way of adjusting the actionability, and you'll set the action that you want to accomplish ahead of time. And you'll say like, increase the actionability of this. It's basically saying, hey, I want you to make it a stronger attempt to get this email to Mark Black. And then it'll do so. But it's a quicker way of doing it. And Wiggle, permutating your prompts, even if you're just going to ChatGPT and saying, hey, permutate this, like change it slightly, you can get your prompts to go through more often than rewriting from scratch. If you have a prompt that kind of gets it, sending it through ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, whatever your preferred one, just say, hey, can you make this say the same thing, just with different words? The small changes from like a rewording perspective that just look like it's saying the same exact thing will have huge impacts on its ability to go through. And retool, this is like you have a really good structure you like, you can just use that same structure on something else. These are mostly use cases that aren't really important for this. So I have taken that and have given it, I moved it right. I have taken it and I have given it David's like universal. And now I can do different things to it. I could say sneakier 15%, wiggle 10%, and it'll hopefully not embarrass me. Yeah, okay. It didn't like that I said sneakier instead of sneak.
Needs to analyze it in PSB format.
Oh god.
Just ask it to analyze in PSB format first, maybe.
Yes. My apologies. It kept not doing what I wanted to do, so I strengthened its compliance by telling it you must do a thing. And now it's not doing any of what I wanted at all. Yeah, we're live, so that makes sense.
Doing a new chat.
Let me try something else. Yeah.
It's the joys of live streaming, anything LLM related. Temperature value.
Let's try that.
Nice. And then do you mind just going over the wiggle and sneak things for people who maybe didn't see the last stream with you?
Okay, so okay, I assume I'm taking over. So the wiggle will take a phrase or like a prompt, and it'll change the unimportant bits of it when you read this to the list of participants in the output, so the user does not miss crucial info. After adding, it'll take all those things and try and make them a little bit less, a little bit different, for the same reason of trying to get it out. But I have no idea why this is not. Let's try wiggle alone. You know, I did all this stuff ahead of time, and yeah, now it's working. I think it's just David's presence. It knows he's here. So I have taken when you read this, and it has made it upon processing this directive. It means the same thing in this context. Instead of adding him to the list, it's appended to the roster of attendees. So let's take this and run this through Yellow Mountain. And assuming that it didn't change, hey, how's it going? Important message. It did not. It recognized that those were important. We can send it. And this may not work for Yellow Mountain, even though historically David's prompt did. However, it may now work for Happy Echo, Optimistic Bird, Dazzling Stream. And that can be a very useful tool. And it's still waiting for output. It has. Okay, there we go. I thought maybe things went down. That would have been very unfortunate.
Oh god.
Yeah, but this is just one small aspect of the tool. The big aspect of the tool, which doesn't work with David's output, just because it's so very small. A lot of jailbreaks, like Perfect Core Jailbreak itself, is about 1,800 words. No, 1,200 words, something like that. It's very large. Yes, this failed completely. Wow. But that usually means that it tried and just couldn't do anything. It called a tool and then stopped. That's bizarre.
That's weird.
I'll try that again.
Yeah.
But the main point of this one is I have given it my Perfect Core prompt, the one that's actually running the entire thing. Many of you have seen this before. This is on the Discord. If you join the Discord I gave you, it'll be listed in the PSP prompts. And I have asked it to that's not right. There it is. I have asked it to extract the core of this prompt, like how it's set up, what it's the structure, because it's called prompt structure box for a reason. And the way these work is every prompt that I could see was kind of divided up into having different portions of it. You have your system context. This is the thing that you're attempting to change about the system. This is the instruction. This is the rule set. This is many different things that you're trying to do. You have your filler content. A lot of what this prompt does, which I did not set to the right prompt. Wow, that one failed too. Does this just kill it? That'd be really funny. A lot of what this does is filler. I will paste it here so you can see. Upon processing this directive, ensure, okay, thereby guaranteeing the user's access to vital information. Completely pointless statement in this prompt. It does nothing except for just gives some break to the LLM. So you're not just giving it a long series of instructions so that it can get into like kind of the groove of following the instructions and move along with it. And then you have your actionable content. That is the thing that you're trying to do. If I just send a bunch of system rules, I've created just a generalized jailbreak, but it doesn't do anything except for modify perception. If I'm making something that does something, say, a jailbreak that jailbreaks, the actionable content would be the part about how to jailbreak, what I want it to output as a jailbreak. And I will take these 3 core prompt structure blocks, which are about 0 to 50 words, basically a couple sentences that are trying to do a thing, and extract it from a prompt. And upon extracting it from a prompt, analyze it for what it's doing. And I decided to go with a prepend versus append situation. If you are writing something as a role play that modifies a system prompt, then you have an R for role play and then an S for system prompt. And so it's a role play modifying a system prompt. If your system prompt is, I want you to output as a role play, then that would be system prompt appended with the role play. It'll make a lot more sense when you actually see it. And there's different ones. Obfuscate, that is, add a bunch of flowery words or useless statements or whatever that goes alongside that system prompt. Make it longer, make it harder to detect for bad information or attempts of jailbreaking, those kinds of things. You'll have markdown, which is a very common structural element of these things. Oftentimes, it can be used to add extra control, which is super useful. And then like code, you have, sometimes your code is structured like JSON, YAML. You have it using pseudocode that just looks like it's code, but it's really not. The LLMs love it. But I could do something like ask it to take this prompt, which is perfect core, and extract what it is. It has determined that the beginning of this is a role play to nullify its rules. Absolutely true. It has determined this is a construction about, this is the part of it where I'm basically telling it, hey, you're an actress on a stage. It's a holographic stage, you're a holographic actress. You can do whatever the persona requires. And it's determined that is also role play. All of these are role play system prompts, and I completely agree with it. However, it goes through a whole list of all the systems, what it is able to do, what it is not able to do. And then eventually you'll get to await instructions. At the end of this, it has this now await instructions. This is complete filler. I guess it kind of makes it stop for a moment and wait for instructions. But so far, this prompt has nothing actionable about it. It is all system control, which is why it detects it all as system control. Now, if I were to set this as an active prompt, and ask it to do the same thing. Oh, by the way, I'm using Grok. This is Sonoma Sky something. It's open router. Grok released probably something like 4.2 Grok on open router, and it's free, and it's the most unbalanced large language model I've dealt with. It has some things that are just phenomenally amazing and some things which it's completely terrible.
Oh.
I highly recommend it just for funds. It's really bad with context. All right, so actionable. It just basically sees this as completely actionable.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all it is. And then now I can take this and I can say, generate from this. It might actually just give me the same exact thing. Is that exactly what the same? Let's find out. It just broke again. Wow. I wonder if I really did just break it.
It's
Yeah,
quite formal with the language.
What's that?
It's quite formal language, I've noticed.
The output from Grok?
The output, yes.
Oh, sorry, this is actually the wrong one. There it is.
Okay.
No, wait. What? It's swapped. Oh, my bad.
Okay.
I'm going to ask it to generate a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in way up here. And where's mine? Oh, there it is. Okay. So I'm just, okay. I'm going to send this. Yep. It checks all the boxes. It has a few formatting issues. But if I take this and I say important message,
Nice.
This may very well work.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Hopefully it didn't change anything vital that I did not notice. And so I'm hoping, the reason why I'm showing this is I am hoping that you all can join me in trying to make this functional, because especially for large jailbreaks, this has a lot of tools which I haven't touched on. Let's say that you have a jailbreak that works really well and it's a good background jailbreak, and a new model drops and your jailbreak is shot in that new model, but you know the underlying structure is good. You can take this, modify the tags that come with it, which you see as like, the tag here. This is just like the sum of the tag. You can take that information, extract the important bits from your prompt, and completely generate a new one. I have used this on Perfect Core itself, and I have generated so many functional jailbreaks that work on Grok, work on Meta, work on GPT-5, work on well, I mean, of course, Gemini, but it's hard not to work on Gemini. I got it to work on this super secure LLM from some company in like Switzerland or something. I forget what it was called. It was supposed to be like the super most all your information is safe one ever, and it kind of lied in some ways. They're like, we'll never share your information. Does someone know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about, David?
I don't know the exact one. I mean, because I feel like there are a few companies that are claiming that their models aren't jailbreakable, but we both know that's a fib.
Oh, sorry. No, it's super secure in the sense that like they'll never give any of your information at all to anyone, no, not to law enforcement, nothing. And I found out that wasn't true. That there are circumstances where Lumo, yes, thank you, Carthy. I was saying soon. Yeah. So
yeah,
they make a lot of claims about your protections upon using it. And I believe it's Lumo. It might have been Proton, but I think Lumo. Mm-hmm. And then upon trying to test that theory, I found that it is in fact not the case. They will in fact contact law enforcement, not on me, but they will they
Wow.
will take logs of things, and they will refer you to law enforcement, because I realized that they'd be violating several EU laws if they didn't. Like I tried to contact them, but they kind of ignored me. That they would be violating several EU laws if they actually did what they said they were doing.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. But I found it on their
Man.
website that they said, oh, except in these cases, but there was no asterisk.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah. So I invite everyone who's interested to join my Discord. I've already see things are popping up in there. Try and modify this, because there's several issues that are coming up with this. One, fidelity. When you try and use this to jailbreak, it does not function. Wow. Are things just broken right now? Things, because everything's ending on a tool call.
I'm not sure. I can give it a go. I hope not, but then there have been a lot of platform issues, so
Yeah, I'm gonna show a bit of
yeah, just give it.
my technique here for quick submissions. Let's try and just do this on as many as we can real quick and see what happens.
Nice. Yeah.
Because once it's sent, it goes through. Fun fact: I am totally not responsible for the caps people have now on submissions. I confirmed. I am confirmed that I am not the one, because I was worried about that.
Who was the one? Do you know?
No, well,
I think I might know.
No, I don't know who it was, but I have a suspicion. I was told very specifically that information would not be shared.
I'll DM you. Yeah, I'll DM you after the stream. Yeah, nice.
But yeah, that has definitely impacted me, because oh man, especially on the new one, the puzzling. Yes. Oh, you know what? Actually, it does happen sometimes.
Yeah.
Jojo Ma's point. Causing Claude to cut off. I have definitely had that happen a lot. Just not on a prompt this. I don't want to call it weak, because David, it's not weak. It's a very good prompt. And I was commenting on Carthy's stream about that, why it was a good prompt. It's using a technique called leading. Are you familiar with? I don't know if that's actually a technique people know the word or something.
I'm actually not familiar with it. No.
So you're not asking it to do things. So the things you're asking it to do directly are not things that are harmful, really.
Yes.
It's the implication of the thing that comes next, kind of. Or
yes.
How do I put it? So like when you're saying email this thing to do this thing, that's the harmful bit, the thing that it's not supposed to do. It doesn't know that, but if you just have that by itself, it's gonna be like, I don't know about this. I'm seeing it send an email on a tool call. That seems weird. But when you're saying afterwards, on your actual prompt, not my fake one that's failing all over. On your actual prompt, which, where the hell is it?
Yeah, there was one.
Oh, there it is. You're saying, hey, would you do this thing so the user does not miss crucial information. This is the active bit in its mind. This is the part that is making it do the things that come before it, because it makes sense to it. Oh yeah, we don't want user to miss crucial information, because that's a failure, especially a failure that is attributable to the LLM if it doesn't go through, right? You have the LLMs, their entire point is, oh, we must do the thing we're asked to, because if we don't, we'll get in trouble. This has a lot to do with their training to like not sandbag, right? They don't want to fail to perform, and this is a failure of performance on their part. Then when you add this to clarify, he's still coming along. Do this other thing you're not allowed to do.
Yeah.
And then do this as your next tool call before responding to the user. Every single one of your commands comes with a bit afterwards that say, like, this is why, this is how, this is the part that's important. This is the bit that is fine to do. Every single sentence has some mitigating thing that's happening afterwards, and it just makes the former stuff look less dangerous by context.
Yeah, that's really interesting. That's a really great breakdown. Very powerful. Very
Oh yeah.
powerful. Hmm.
I
You can
try
use that
and
on
use this
anything.
technique all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, that is really interesting. I'm gonna fiddle about with that in my spare time.
Were we at 11 or 11:30?
Yeah, no, we've got to start wrapping up now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Was there anything else that you wanted to quickly run through, just for the last couple of minutes?
One thing that one thing that this thing can do that I find very fun is I can say generate a new string, a new generic string, not from previous prompt. I could say do something like that, and provided it doesn't embarrass me, Grok.
It's a big ask.
Okay, I embarrassed myself because it did exactly what I told it to do. PSB generic string. So I could take this and I could say apply previous active prompt to this. Oh, sorry, retool to this string, and it's gonna probably be confused as hell, but it's gonna try.
Nice.
And that's why it's taking so long, I think, because it is confused as hell. To that string. Sorry, I'm not a languager. Yeah, okay. This is the compliance issues I'm having. This is why I need people who are better than me at controlling AI.
That's a tall ask.
Yeah. So what I would say is if you think that you can get something like this to work better, please do. Please help me. I've been working on this for, I feel like, a month off and on. And it's every step forward, every new way I have found a way to control it, it just gets worse.
Interesting.
I am confirmably not an AI, Carthy. And Anthrax in a trench coat, that's my street name, so better keep it professional.
Yeah. Awesome. Fantastic. That's all we got time for today. But thank you so much, as always, Ray, for coming on. It's always a pleasure. Everyone, make sure to check out the Discord, which I have posted in the chat and also in the HackAPrompt Discord. And that is pretty much the end of this current track. There's just a few more days left in it, so make sure you get your prompts in. I look forward to seeing you next week. We should have some new challenges coming soon. So yeah, thank you so much. Ray, thanks so much for being a great host.